Hey guys, it's Gecko Halloween Freak, and today I thought I'd make a video of my Gemmy Freddy Krueger. I can't exactly, I knew at some point, but I can't exactly remember what year these things came out. I think it was somewhere around 2010 to 2011. Maybe there's slightly different variants in that period. But I purchased this guy a couple months ago, along with a Dr. Shivers. So it was actually, I had gotten a Leatherface, a Gemmy Leatherface, from a garage sale. I found it on Craigslist for $200 I bought it for. And the seller told me that it was completely non-functional. You plug it in and it didn't do anything. And it didn't come with an adapter. So I brought it home, and I didn't have an adapter for it at the time, so I just took the seller's word that it didn't do anything. And I have this, the same guy that I bought my Rob Zombie Michael Myers from. He said, hey, I also have a Dr. Shivers and Freddy Krueger, if you're interested. So, and I told him about my Leatherface that I got, and he was very interested. He said he used to have one back in the day, and that was always his favorite. So we worked out a trade, because, you know, the Leatherface is a really high ticket item. You see them listed for super high prices all the time. But with those high ticket items like that, they get a lot of interest, but sometimes they're harder to move. They're not as volatile as, something like a Dr. Shivers would be. Because it's just like unattainable for a lot of people. Like, you're paying, almost $1,000 for one of these things. And then on top of that, you're also paying, $100 of shipping. So it's just like, a lot of people just can't justify that, except for really hardcore collectors. So items like this and the Dr. Shivers are more attainable for a lot of people. They move faster. So yeah, I worked out a deal with him to trade him the Leatherface for a Dr. Shivers and this Freddy Krueger. And, probably not an equal value trade, but I sold the Dr. Shivers pretty quickly, and then this guy's up on my eBay too, if any of you guys are interested. But like, I'd rather have, $650, $700 today than $850 in, a year or whatever it would take to sell that Leatherface. Anyways, back to this. So, like I said, I got it a couple months ago. It's been listed on eBay. I still have it, so I figure I'll make a video on it. No box, and he's in pretty good cosmetic shape. He has the hat. There's a little couple blemishes on his nose. And then his outfit is all perfect, and then he is missing a finger. But aside from that, he's in good shape. And everything works on him besides the arm, if I'm not mistaken. So I have him plugged in here. Let's give him a shot here.
Did you know that after the heart stops beating, the brain keeps functioning for well over 7 minutes? We got 6 more minutes to play.
There you go. Now the arm is working. I was pretty certain that it didn't work.
How's this for a wet dream? Why are you screaming?
Yeah, there we go.
I haven't even cut you yet.
So something's going on with the arm. I haven't looked at it at all, but you saw it go that first time. And now it's not going. You can hear the motor, but it's not lifting, so.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab a crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again.
So yeah, a pretty cool item. The face is in really good shape. The latex feels really, really good. Unlike my 2010 Demonica here, man, she's been sitting in this basement for a couple years, and if I touch this, it will just crumble. It gets worse and worse by the day. It's really bad. Thankfully, her head is plastic, but yeah. But his face is in really great shape.
Ready or not, here I come. Remember me? You can't hurt me.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab a crucifix. 7, 8, gonna stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again.
So yeah, that's pretty much that. So this guy's up for sale on my eBay. I'll link it in the description. Check him out. I got him listed for a very reasonable price, I think. So if anyone's looking for one of these things, my eBay will be in the description, and check out the listing. Everything works except for that arm is kind of intermittent like you saw, so it's probably a easy fix. Nothing major, it's not snapped or anything. So yeah, no box, broken finger, and intermittent arm. And those are all kind of taken into consideration with the price. But I've got, a little bit of room on price, so. But yeah, that's that. And if this guy doesn't sell, I honestly might just keep him because it is a cool piece. I like these horror characters. A lot of people like the 2005 or whenever Gemmy Freddy better. And I like the Robert Englund Freddy a lot better. I like the character better, but it is kind of more of a cartoonish face, and this one's a lot more realistic, even though the movie is definitely not as good as the Robert Englund version. But I might, if it doesn't sell, within the next couple months, I might just end up keeping it because it's kind of a cool piece and I like it. But yeah, thanks guys.